obviously, before I talk about the future, I want to just acknowledge the contribution Declan has made over the last couple of years. Very difficult managing a football team at any time, but managing a football team in the middle of a pandemic has been difficult. But obviously, we decided to make the move to replace Declan, and we very quickly identified that there was only one target that we had, and that was Ruaidhrí Higgins, and thankfully we got our man. I think it's early enough in the season to give Ruaidhrí a chance. It's not ideal, bottom of the league, 2 points out of 18. Transfer windows are closed at the moment, so it is difficult, but we think we've got the right man to get us, first of all, out of this relegation dogfight that we're in after 6 games, and get us hopefully up, making some sort of progress towards the top. Get towards the middle maybe initially, and then getting towards the top in terms of commitment to this man. I have to say, if people say, do you know Rick? I said, very, he used to be at the Brandywell, working for Dundalk and video and everything, and it was look about so-and-so there. He was doing a professional job. That's what struck me. He was 100% committed to Dundalk. They made that very clear. But I'm delighted to get him. I think he's a winner, and we need a winner in the club if we're going to get success the way we look at that. So look, I just want to welcome Raff Cretaro. I have to say, I hated to see him coming in and play for Sligo. Yeah. He done so much damage to us. But we're delighted again for a man of that quality, and I think in the goals department he's got a bit of work to do, obviously. We haven't scored a lot of goals, so it's a great choice. So I just want to hand over to you right now, and Raff's going to say a few words.
First of all, it's a massive honour to become manager of this football club, and it's my club. I'm a Limavady man, but I live in the city, and I know what it means to the people of Derry, and I can say I'm a Derry fan myself, and I also want to thank Philip and Sean and the rest of the board for placing their trust in me, and I plan over a period of time to try and take this club back to the top end of Irish football.
Yeah, just the only apologies.
For all the years of hurt.
It's a fantastic opportunity. Obviously when Rory contacted me yesterday afternoon, it didn't take too much thinking about it, to be honest with you. It's come a little bit quicker than I would have thought, but fantastic opportunity to work with, a fantastic club, a club that I would have had a great hunting ground for me as a player. So I'm hoping that will continue now as a coach, and I want to thank Rory again and the board for giving me the opportunity.
Okay. Guys, we're going to do a wee question and answer session now. Okay, so there's nothing barred from it as usual. Just ask what you want to ask.
Philip, can I just ask, 3.5-year contract, is the focus still on the academy and developing our own players?
Very, very much so. We've had a long conversation about that. Basically, it's a two-strand approach. We want to develop young players. Paddy McCourt has been doing a very good job at that. I think we know one probably success we could say for this season so far. We have brought young players, so that's not going to change. Ruaidhrí's talked about them really. He's happy with them. I think we need to do more of that, continue with that, but we also want to attract the best players in Ireland, and we think this man will bring the best players in Ireland. Yep. We're going to be talking about budgets. We're going to talk about it at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, so that's how stage but we think maybe given it's his first game and it's in Sligo, I think we're going to put it off, but it's going to be put off until Sunday, and then we're going to start talking about the budget and who we're going to bring in, what the plans are.
Philip, I've seen you sit there a number of times with different managers over the years, and you don't want to keep doing it, but you've turned a manager with no manager senior experience. Is that a different tack from you, or what's your thinking behind it?
I think it's more about the person being a winner. Okay, he may not have managed as first team manager, but he's been in amongst it, and I think he's got the experience of winning competitions, which is what we need to do.
And yourself, Derry City fans want to go right up there. The last year and a bit hasn't been nice for Derry City fans, and they all look for that to change, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Well, I think we certainly want to bring silverware to Daniel. I would like to think if we can basically, get this season over. I think we need to get out of this relegation zone first. I would like to think in the next 3.5 years we'll bring a league title to Derry.
Okay. No pressure, Rory. Rory, you must have great belief in yourself.
It's I heard you talk about lack of managerial experience. I don't see it as that. If you look at, I suppose, the template at Shamrock Rovers. Stephen Bradley's first managerial job, he got time and he brought success to the club, and I intend to do the same here.
And turn the, it's a very experienced, the two years of great experience, years of experience in the ground. You know Derry City, you know the League of Ireland, you'll be expecting to hit the ground running.
Yeah, I brought in Raff. It was the first person that jumped into my head for a lot of reasons. First of all, his character, how he conducts himself, his history in the League of Ireland, his knowledge of the game. It was a no-brainer for me, and there will be one more added to the backroom staff, but that'll take a bit of time, and I'm going to wait to pick the right one. But no, I'm delighted to have Raff on board, and the two of us, we've been speaking on and off regularly for the last day, so we can't wait to get stuck in this.
And Sligo tomorrow, Sligo are flying, you know all about Sligo, but it's going to be a tough start for you.
It is going to be a tough start. We're going to try and galvanise the players today, get a smile back in their face. It's the first time a lot of the young players have lost a manager, so that's the first thing. Get a smile back in their face, get a spring in their step, make training as lively as possible. And there's no reason why we can't go to Sligo and pick up 3 points. That's the objective, and we'll do everything we can to do that.
Rory, you were in the last two FAI Cup winning teams, the last two major trophies that Derry have won here. You were in Paris in 2006. How much does that experience motivate you? And the documentary that was on last week, and we've seen what the club means to people here, how much does that motivate you to get Derry back to where you think they should be? Because you know how this club ticks.
Some of the best experiences of my life were with this club, and the trophies we won, the European experiences, and that's the driver for me. Them big nights, getting the Brandywell bouncing when the fans could come back. The dream is they pack the Brandywell out regularly, and as I said, it's a real privilege for me to be in this position, and the success I've had at the club as a player, I would love to have the same success as a manager here.
How did Stephen take the news? Because you're the third member now of his assembled team that he's lost in a matter of months.
Obviously, I had to have a difficult conversation with Stephen. I admire the man. He's been amazing to me over a long period of time. And he gave me his blessing. That was the most important thing for me. He gave me his blessing. He knows he loves this club. He had a great time here himself. So it was a really good conversation, and he knows what this club means to me as well, which is very important. And he just wished me all the best, and I'm sure I'll speak to him over the next day or two.
Can I just add something to that question about Stephen there? Eric, he basically, gave us full blessing fairly quickly, to the approach that I made, and Jonathan Holm consented fairly quickly. I just want to tell a story about Stephen Kenny. About 10 years ago, I was talking to Stephen Kenny, and we were talking about a performance in a match, and what he was going to change in the next match, and totally out of the blue. I remember he was looking out the window at the time. Maybe he was not interested in what I was saying, but he said to me, totally an unconnected conversation. He said, "Ruaidhrí Higgins is going to be manager at Derry City someday." And I told Rory that. I think you were quite surprised by it, but that was 10 years ago. And again, it wasn't a conversation. That wasn't the topic of the conversation at all. So I thought to myself, well, if Stephen says no, I'll be ringing him. Remember that? But I just want to put on the record that we appreciate that.
What impresses you most about Rory, Philip, even in the conversations that you've had with him in the last 24 or so hours?
He's a winner. He has won at senior levels. I think we need that. We need someone who's determined to win. I'm not saying that the previous managers, aren't like that, but he has done it at that level, and that's why we want that experience. I think it's nothing more than that. I don't know him that well. I think we've probably spoken about 3 or 4 times in 10 years. Usually at the Brandywell when he was video and everything, I was trying to deflect him from that. But no, seriously, I think we'll get to know each other with him. And I want to win. Myself and for the city. I think it was interesting. I think somebody mentioned the documentary. one of the things he talked about is we want to show that documented to all the players. Some of them may not have seen it, they may not have understood the relevance of it and how big a change it made to the city in the early 80s. So we want to bring that knowledge of the history of this football club to some of the new players and some of the very young players that we have that may not have, they might have heard stories, but that video actually crammed in a lot, and I think we're going to just use that regularly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, folks.